So today there is something I want to show you. All right. There's a tool that causes a lot of confusion sometimes. If you don't practice it enough, you may not be able to use it. Okay. So I'm going to show you a tool called rotate tool. It looks confusing, but it is not. For the purpose of explaining it in a better way, I need to download some object from warehouse. So let's say you download this balcony. Okay, you know what? Let's do something else. Yeah, let's stay with the balcony. So let's say I'm downloading this balcony, and then as you know, it's facing this way, right? I want to rotate this. Let's scale it, make it bigger. So how do we rotate this object? So there's a tool called rotate. So you need to pick the best view. The best view to rotate things is the bird view. Let's say it's facing this way. I want to face it that way. I want to rotate it 90 degrees. Okay. To rotate it, you have to use a rotate tool. The shortcut should be R. In fact, it's not. It's Q. Okay, so Q. Now, when you use rotate tool, you have to define a turning point. So when you guys when you turn around, okay, you turn around a certain point, right? You're like your foot is it's on one point, and you just turn around that point. That's what makes you turn around, right? So we need to define that point with object. All right, so you're gonna make 2 clicks here. Let's say I want to rotate object around this point. So first you pick the end point in balcony, then you pick the other point, and when you turn it, it's going to turn around that point. Does it make sense? For example, I turn it this way, 90 degrees. Or let's say you want to make it upside down. All right, how do you do upside down? You look at it from a best view angle, which is be from the side. And again, I'm going to use rotate tool. So let's say I want to rotate it around this point. Then you're going to click on there. If you want to turn it around this point, you have to click first on that point. Does it make sense? So let's say I'm turning it around this point. Okay, I want to pick that edge point first. Then I'm going to click the other point here. And then you see, you are able to rotate it like this. Does it make sense? Again, with mouse pad, it might be difficult to do exact rotation. That's why I suggest using mouse. Or you can actually try with a mouse pad and actually do it also. Okay? Any questions? If it's about going to restroom, please hold it. All right? Let me also show you this. Last time, if you remember, we did a house design, right? Let me go and check if I have it. So I'm going to go to menu, home, and then I'm going to see if I have it there. Seems like I erased it. Okay. No, I don't. Actually, yeah, this is the one. So I used to teach it to 6th graders as well. So let me see if it's there. Okay, let's see. This is the house I made with 6th graders. Okay, so I wanna turn this house looking different way. Let's say the sun is rising from this way. Okay, and then in the morning, the person says, if you build my house like this, it's gonna bother me because I don't want to see the sunlight. And then the window is looking to the east. Let's say this is right east. So he wants me to change plan and then move his house. Rotated. So how would you do that? You want to use rotate, but the problem here is my house is made of a lot of different surface objects. So it's not a whole thing. It's not a one object. It's made of different objects, right? So if you try to rotate it now, it's going to rotate the particular object you're picking on, and then it's going to destroy your structure. So that's why what we're going to do is we can do this. We can select the whole house, getting a best angle like this, do selection. So I'm going to select the house and then make a right click and make it into a component. When you component it, all the extra objects that were done separately will be glued to each other. So you see now it's going to act like one single object. Does it make sense? So now I can rotate it easily. I want my window be on this side of the building, right? So you're going to get the rotate tool, pick the rotating turning point, and then get the other point to drag it, and then just rotate it like this. Now, if you look, the window is going to be on the other side, on the west. Does it make sense? So this is not the work we do today. Today, we are going to make a pile of wood. First, I need to make that wood. So let's create a new assignment. Okay. So, no, it's not wood. What do we call when we cut the tree and then get rid of branches? What is it? Log. Yeah. I was going to say pile of logs, but yeah. So we're going to make a log first. What is the structure of the log? Well, how does it look like? So what shape is it represents in a map? It's not sphere. It says cylinder. You know what cylinder is? All right. So to make a cylinder, first we need to use a circle, right? So let's make a circle. But I need to make it vertical. This is horizontal circle, okay? So how do I make it a vertical circle? I'm going to use right, left, up, and one of the bottom keys. Use the left key. So when you click on left key, it's going to make your circle vertical like this. I mean what I mean. So, okay, when I click on up key, you see it's going to be on the surface. Undo it. When you click on left key, it's going to make your circle standing. Left key on your keyboard. The keys you use to play games, up, down, left, and right. If you use right key, it's going to make it facing this way. Just click on it once and let go. So look, click on up once. Don't hold it. Just click once and make a circle. Click on left, make a circle. Click on right, make a circle. You see? Okay, we'll see. We'll look into that. So I'm going to go with the left circle, left key, make a circle. No. I mean, make it smaller than human. All right. Now this is my circle, right? So look at the, look, I'm changing the angle. So I wanna bring it up to be on the surface. You're gonna click on the move tool. You just move it up a little bit. Like this. Okay, and now I need to also move it closer to the person. Here. So here's my log. This is way too big. Let's make it smaller. I'm going to click on S. Make it smaller. So this is a log. Not log, but will become a log. Okay, this is a circle, standing circle. Again, you're going to use your left key. Now I'm going to use push-pull. So yeah, it's a standing circle. So you're going to use the push-pull, which we learned already, and just do it like this. Yeah. Okay, now we need to give it a texture. So let's give it a texture. How do we give a texture? We click on paint here, which opens you the materials. You click on the middle, and then you pick wood. Do we have wood here?
Yeah, on the bottom.
Yes, there we go. So use one of this.
Sir, do the bottom right and left. Like for the inside. The
For
bottom left for the inside.
I mean, yes.
And then do anything you want for outside.
There. Now it looks like a log, right? So it's a log. Now, guys, I want to pause it until you guys make one log. Please don't go any further. Just make one log and then we're going to do something before we move on. So what's the next step? Next step is I suggest you do this, guys. I suggest you to highlight, select the log. Okay, start from here and then just select it and then make it into a component because it still has several different objects. It has a circle, it has a prolonged body, and then also another circle there. So we want to make it into a component and then name it a log. So this is my log. Now, after I make my log into a component, again, you select it first. All right, you make a right click with your mouse pad and then you click on components. Since I made it already, it's not going to do it.
After you created it, what do you do?
All right, so this is my log. Now we're going to make copies. I want to make 10 copies. Now, let me pause it for... So I want to move this view to the left a bit. I'm going to use pan tool. Remember I told you pan tool? Instead of orbit, I'm going to use pan. Sometimes you want to move it to the side like this because orbit is not going to let you do that. Okay? Now I'm going to make copies of this. So how do we make copies? To make copies, I'm going to use move tool. Okay? So you're going to do this. You're going to click on move tool. Pay attention, guys. You click on the object. Okay? And then you are going to, let me try to remember, because I haven't done it in a long time. All right, wait a second. I have an idea. Remember I told you there was a way to get help, instructor? Okay, here. So let's read the instructor. It says, tips. Okay, here. It says, after moving a copy, you can type number of followed X key and then press enter to create any array of copies. Does it make sense?
Click X.
All right. So let's make a copy. Click on the wood, Control C, Control C, which is a copy, right? Then move it. Oh, it didn't do that.
Then you have to put Control V.
Look, hold on. Let me try to remember.
Control V.
Control C, Control V here. And then you're going to type X5. It didn't work.
No, sir, you just Control V.
So guys, to make multiple copies in form of an array, this is what you guys do. All right. First, you click on Move tool. All right. You click on Move tool, and then you're gonna click on Control. On your keyboard is a Control. Control activates the copy mode. Better. On my case, it is Option. So I'm gonna click on Option, and then when you do that, you're able to move your copy. Look, you see? So you need to adjust it in a way like this is the distance. When you do X5, it's going to make 5 copies like that.
So what?
Does it make sense?
Sir, say it again.
I'm doing it one more time. I'm going to select this pile. All right. Then I'm going to press an Option, which activates the copy mode. So I'm going to take Control Y. Okay, select it all. Click on Move tool. Press an Option, Control. Move it aside. So you see there's a little distance here. So make sure it's very close. Click on it. Type X. How many times you multiply it? Let's say 10. You see on the right bottom corner, it says X10. Enter, and it's going to make that many copies for you. Does it make sense? This is the move tool. Now, since a pile of wood, I want to make one copy again and put it on top of the pile. So it's gonna be not one array, it's gonna be arrays on top of each other, right?
Sure, does it have to be like a lot of wood, or can it be like four of them or five?
So here, I want to make another copy. Okay. Control, move it up here. All right, so there. So you see it's laying on top of the two. Now make another set of copies for this one. Click on it. Activate the copy mode, which is control in your case. Nathaniel, we don't play games in the class. All right. Then you're gonna move it here. And then time x10, it's gonna make another copies of 10. You see, that's how you make piles. Then you're gonna make another copy here. Activate the copy mode, move it up. You activate the copy mode when you click on the move tool. You just move it. You see move tool? Move tool also allows you to move things around. There you go, like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. You can save it. Okay, again, click on that pile. Click on copy mode. You can submit it. You can submit a screenshot.
Save.
Extend. There. So you see I'm making the pile. So this is what you do. When you make a copy, you just move it above. And then at the end, please add the 3D text of your first name.
Oh my.
We'll come back to the assignment, guys. We couldn't do it today because there was a little confusion due to I didn't see the screen wide enough. So here, I want you guys to take a screenshot like this so we can see the pile and also your first name.
But does it have to be like a big pile? Oh.
No, it's few files. Just make few files. We're gonna return to this project. Okay. I mean, at this point, I'm not gonna expect you to use the shortcut to make copies of arrays. You can manually do one by one, but we're gonna come back to this.